And Final Destination 3, total piece of schlock, which wasn't even press screened until the National Press Show, like 2 days before it opened. Just telling you. So she has this premonition of this roller coaster disaster. She manages to get some of her friends off the roller coaster, but not all of them. And then the roller coaster goes off, and then there is a roller coaster disaster. That's the opening sequence. It's like the James Bond, the pre-credits sequence, if you want, 10 minutes. Then, for the rest of the movie, as with the other ones, death is coming to get the people who escaped death. This time through a series of clues, which are in photographs, very much in the mode of stuff you've seen before. Particularly, this always reminds me of The Omen. Anyway, listen to a clip, because this is kind of the level that the whole thing's pitched at. It sounds serious, but it isn't.
Hey, wait, I need to talk to you about something.
Just here to pick up my diploma.
You're not going to graduation?
No.
God, I mean, I just thought maybe it'd be good for you to be somewhere where other people feel the same way.
Graduation? No. Thanks. I've had enough funerals.
Then do it for Jay and Carrie.
Do what? If you die and then there's nothing, then they're just dead. And they don't know. And if they are up in heaven with Lincoln and Gandhi, do you think they really care about our high school graduation? No, I am alive, and I don't care. As soon as I pull in that parking lot, I'm so Adam McKinley.
The grungy stuff started happening, and all the grungy stuff is orchestrated like, do you remember that game Mousetrap?
Yes.
When there's a bucket and a boot, and the boot kicks the bucket.
Got it, yeah.
Have you? And the thing goes down the thing, and then it pushes something else, and the guy jumps into another bucket, and in the end
pushes a marble.
Pushes a marble, and in the end a washing basket falls down on a mouse. Well, that's what Final Destination 3 is like, although the bit when the washing basket falls down on the mouse is actually a huge, gory, and very sudden eruption. And so there's a...
Does the mouse die?
Well, yes, all the people. That's how it works.
It's a metaphorical mouse.
No, I'm just saying it's like Mousetrap in the way in which the deaths happen, you see. Because what you have is all these characters who have to be knocked down like ninepins by fate, death, working its way out through this ludicrous part 3 of the Final Destination story. But what made it worthwhile was that the manner of their passing was funny. I mean, funny in that kind of, this is really childish, really puerile, I really shouldn't be laughing at this, but I am finding this very entertaining. The death by sunbed sequence will live with me for some time. I mean, I do sometimes think I've seen everything in horror movies, I've seen all the ways they can do it, but I did think at the end of the death by sunbed sequence, I really feel like standing up and applauding now, particularly at the end. I won't give away the punchline because I always get told off for this. But if you get to the point in the movie when that sequence happens and you don't laugh out loud, then leave, because it isn't going to get any better. But I sat there in the cinema, and I'm 42. I sat there with Alan Jones, who's a very good friend of mine, who's a very, very well-respected British horror film journalist. And between us, we have a combined age which nudges the century mark. And we giggled like 15-year-olds all the way through. And
so it's a comedy.
It is. It's funny, yeah. It's a gallows humour, macabre comedy. It knows exactly what it's doing. The guys behind it, James Wong and Glenn Morgan, who are considered by some people to be the real brains behind X-Files and Millennium, are smart. And they're currently working on a remake of Black Christmas, which would be interesting to see whether they make anything of that. It's not a masterpiece, but for what it is, it pushes all the right buttons, and it reminded me what it was like being an adolescent, stupid, acne-ridden kid on his own, obviously, because at that point in my life I didn't have any friends, much like now, sitting in a cinema watching Friday the 13th, watching He Knows You're Alone, watching the Toolbox Murders, before the point that I got bored with it all. It's surprisingly entertaining in a really... I don't feel proud about this. I don't feel proud in telling you that I thought that movie was much better than Proof, but I really did. I just thought it was much better than Proof.
John in Newcastle, back to your game here. Please give me an Oscar. Please give me an Oscar. Please give me an Oscar. Please give me an Oscar.
Oh, it's
Please give me an Oscar.
Renee Zellweger in Cold Mountain.
Nope. Although that would work.
Yeah, although the way she does it in Cold Mountain is, please give me an Oscar!
The Last Samurai is the answer.
Oh, but yes, but the funny thing is that he didn't even get nominated, did he? Because the person who didn't Ken Watanabe get nominated? I think
you're the critic. I read these out.
No, I was just looking to you for, possibly backup support, but obviously I'm on my own.
You are.